Hey everyone, and welcome. So today we're going to dive into a really fascinating story. It's all about connecting two incredibly powerful worlds that, let's be honest, often struggle to speak the same language. We're talking about medicine and technology. It's a challenge that innovators have been trying to solve for years, and a really unique organization in Taiwan might have just cracked the code. So let's get into how they're doing it. All right, so let's kick things off with a question that might feel pretty familiar. Have you ever just looked around and wondered why, with all of our amazing technology, it is still so unbelievably hard to get brilliant new tools into the hands of doctors and nurses? I mean, it's the super common frustration, right? A great idea from an engineer that just doesn't quite work in a real hospital, or an urgent need a doctor has that just gets totally lost in translation. And that, right there, is the heart of the problem. You've got clinicians on one side, on the front lines, driven by patient needs, by the realities of the clinic. And on the other side, you've got these amazing engineers and tech companies building powerful stuff like AI and robotics. The thing is, they're operating in totally different worlds. They basically speak different languages. And that creates this innovation gap where so much incredible potential just disappears. But what if you could build a bridge across that gap? Seriously, what if you could create a dedicated space where these two worlds could finally meet, collaborate, and actually build the future of healthcare together? Well, that's exactly what a group in Taiwan decided to do. This is the Healthcare Systems Consortium, or HSC for short, and it was created for one specific reason, to literally be that bridge. It's an alliance designed from the ground up to get doctors, engineers, researchers, and big industry leaders out of their separate bubbles and into the same room, all working towards the same goal. Okay, so what is the HSC really? How does it actually work? Well, it's not some quiet think tank. It is a super active, hands-on collaboration platform. It brings together 5 absolutely essential pillars. You've got industry, government, academia, research, and of course, medicine. By getting all these groups at the same table, the HSC makes sure that the solutions they come up with aren't just cool ideas. They're practical, they're needed, and they're ready to be used in real hospitals. And look, their journey has been pretty incredible. It all started back in 2016, kind of like a government-funded small league project. But the real game changer was in 2021, when it grew into a national-level private organization, becoming a true major league platform for innovation. And this year, it's marking a full decade of impact, which is setting the stage for a whole new chapter. Okay, so that's all great in theory, but what about the results? The real-world impact. Well, this is where the story gets really cool. Let's look at how all this collaboration actually translates into tangible, life-changing innovations. I want you to picture a major surgery. There are hundreds of instruments on the table, scalpels, clamps, you name it. Before the surgery and after, a nurse has to manually, one by one, count every single tool to make sure nothing gets left behind. This super tedious, super critical process for over 250 tools can take up to 30 minutes of precious time in the OR. So, through an HSE collaboration, a new solution was created. By using a simple camera and some powerful AI, that painstaking 30-minute ordeal was cut down to just 3 minutes. Think about that. That is a 90% reduction in time. That's critical minutes given back to the surgical team, which directly improves patient safety. It's just, wow. And here's another just incredible example of how AI can help, not replace, but help human experts. In one case, doctors were looking at a scan and they found 2 cancerous lesions. An AI model, which was developed through one of these HSE projects, not only confirmed those 2, it found a third, smaller one that the human eye had completely missed. This is literally life-saving technology in action. So you see these amazing individual wins, right? But when you add them all up, they create this huge ripple effect that's put the HSC on the map, not just in Taiwan, but on the international stage. And honestly, the numbers themselves kind of tell the story. Over the last 10 years, the HSC has launched over 100 projects, given more than 3,000 professional consultations, and had over 50,000 people show up to its events. And beyond those numbers, their work has won these major sustainability awards, showing they're committed to a healthier future in, well, every sense of the word. And this isn't just a local story, not by a long shot. While they're winning these top-tier awards at home, they're also busy building key partnerships all over the world. This collaboration with the Czech Republic, for example, is all about developing AI-assisted healthcare robots. They're taking Taiwan's innovation model and putting it on the global stage. I mean, just look at this network. It's huge. The HSC has built partnerships and collaborations in over 14 countries, all across North America, Europe, and Asia. So they're not just building a bridge in Taiwan anymore. They're building a whole global network for healthcare innovation. All right, so what's next? After a whole decade of this incredible success, where do you go from here? Well, the HSC is just starting a brand new chapter, and it's powered by a vision for the future that is seriously bold. And this is a big deal. This year, the guy who started it all, the original visionary, Professor Wang Xiaozhen, is taking over as the new chairman. This move is a huge moment, and it signals a renewed, supercharged commitment to the HSC's mission, setting the stage for the next 10 years of growth. And you have to hear this. His vision is, well, it's massive. Professor Wang has said the goal is to build Taiwan's great health industry. He's talking about an ecosystem so powerful and so innovative that it could one day be as globally important as Taiwan's world-famous semiconductor industry. I mean, that is a huge ambition. You know, this really says it all. It perfectly captures how their mission has evolved. The HSC started out by building a bridge to connect two different worlds. Now, the goal is to use that bridge as the foundation to build an entirely new world, a global powerhouse for healthcare innovation. Which leaves us with this one big, fascinating question. With its unique mix of tech genius and medical excellence, all connected by this incredible bridge that is the HSC, could this great health industry really become Taiwan's next global signature? You know, looking at what they've done in the last 10 years, that future seems entirely possible. Thanks for tuning in.